What's happening, people? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Yan. I hope you lot are all doing well, man. I really do hope that. What a beautiful morning it is today where Chelsea, I was about to say, completed their best ever transfer window ever. But are they done? Seemingly they're not done. Should we just reel them off quickly before we get into the rest of the intro? Timo, Werner, Hakim Ziyech, Kai Havertz, Ben Chilwell, Thiago, Silva, and we got these guys over here, Malang, Sarr, and Xavier, Mbuyamba, who both won't be featuring in the first team, but both are excellent signings. 7 signings! But it's not about the volume and quantity here, it's about the quality. Chelsea have signed Galactico level players. Oh my word, this is such an exciting time to be a Chelsea fan. Mate. Anyway, in today's Chelsea news video, I want to talk about how Chelsea could potentially not be done yet. Who could they still get, and what is it dependent on? It's so good. Strap yourselves in, boys and girls, pour yourself a drink, relax your chair into a more reclined level. What am I saying? Anyway, settle in, and let me tell you that this video is brought to you by OneFootball. Football is back in full effect. It's not just top tier level transfers all coming to Chelsea. Football matches are starting again, the Nations League, the Premier League is upon us. You need to stay plugged in, and OneFootball can do that for you with alerts, fixtures, lineups, stats, everything. Just anything you need. If it's to do with football, whether it's your domestic club you support, the national team, you select who you follow, you get alerts, updates, news, everything to do with the matches themselves. OneFootball is completely free and you should check it out, and you can do that just by clicking the link in the top of the description that I've left there for you. Go check it out, do yourself a favour. Alright then, let's get into it. So, first off, it is international break in Chelsea. This is how much I hold England close to my heart. England are playing in the Nations League, and of course both Tammy Abraham and Mason Mount have got the call-up. To be honest, I'm not sure either of them will start either game, but they might do. Honestly, I think Mason Mount's probably got a bigger chance, because if Gareth Southgate sees Grealish as a front three type of player, Mason probably has a decent shout in starting one of these games, purely because he's played so much football for Chelsea at a high level throughout the whole of last season. So good luck to the boys, hopefully they see some of the pitch, and hopefully we can be cheering them on, and, you know, imagine a Tammy Abraham goal off the bench, that would be lovely too. So I do want to talk about the Declan Rice stories floating around, how Chelsea are apparently still interested in securing the young Englishman this window, which seems like just radical ambition if you consider the amount of outgoings they've done financially so far. And of course there's still talk of a goalkeeper, which is a pretty big problem, a lot of people might say as well. Kepa's starting to come back into people's hearts, interestingly, but you know, we could still get a goalkeeper regardless. Hot topic though, still pumping through all our veins from last night. Kai Havertz is officially a Chelsea player. Beautiful scenes, we're all absolutely buzzing, well certainly if you're a Chelsea fan, maybe even some neutrals. What an absolute world-class player to join the Premier League and strut his stuff. Another recurring theme with these new signings, Kai Havertz was talking in his interview and he spoke of the importance of Frank Lampard when coming to Chelsea. Now I know this is often a generic statement thrown out there by new signings to a new club saying, oh yeah, the manager was important, but all these young attacking players, Ziyech, Werner, Havertz, all of them, they're all saying, yes, I spoke to Frank Lampard. He's important. I watched him growing up. He's one of the Premier League's best. He's won Premier League titles. He's won Champions League and European trophies. I love him. I've grown up watching him. It was the same with Ben Chilwell. He was like, yes, Frank Lampard, yes, Ashley Cole. This current regime at Chelsea, this current project is hugely alluring to these young and promising footballers that all are coming to Chelsea at the moment. It's interesting. This is the best transfer window I've ever seen Chelsea ever have. I've never seen a manager being backed so much as Frank Lampard is, the inexperienced Frank Lampard. There's so many doubters. Marina Granovskaya, Petr Cech, they're doing excellent work, being financially backed to a whole new gargantuan level by owner Roman Abramovich. Yes, they had some money in the bank to spend, but they're deciding to throw it all on Frank Lampard, and his pulling power, yes, I'm going to use the phrase, seems to be working incredibly well. So lovely to hear that from Kai Havertz. I can't wait to see him training with the boys, and of course can't wait to see him play in this Chelsea side. It literally, it's just, I don't have words for it. I can't remember the last time I was so amped as a Chelsea fan. Personally, I'm still super gassed that my favourite ever Chelsea player is managing the club, let alone that we've gone full football manager mode and just signing all the best players ever. It's just superb. But anyway, as I said, reportedly Chelsea aren't done yet. There are news stories regarding Declan Rice still talking about this transfer window, how Chelsea could be tabling a massive bid to come for Declan Rice. Now, we know that Chelsea do have the finances to go big this transfer window. We recently learned, I did a video yesterday morning, that the Eden Hazard money was perhaps even more than originally assumed. The Morata money on top of that, the 2 transfer windows of outspend, the European qualification money, etc, etc, the relaxation of financial fair play for this year. So all these things put together, Chelsea are in a very, very strong position to do business and probably could make another big signing, which is mad. They will want to sell some players as well, the likes of Emerson Palmieri, the likes of Zappacosta, the likes of Tomori Bakayoko. There are strong links with him going to AC Milan at the moment, with an option to buy after a loan deal rather than an obligation, which of course we would all prefer. But there are options there to generate finances for Chelsea Football Club, and Marina Granovskaya, God bless her, doing some absolutely titanic work. She certainly has her work cut out for her at the moment. I imagine she's a very busy woman. Anyway, so Chelsea are potentially, reportedly, still interested in Declan Rice. Now, personally, I do think Dec will become a Chelsea player at some point in the near future, whether that's this summer, next summer, maybe even the year after that. I think he is Chelsea bound ultimately. He wants to come back. He's shown leadership in the Premier League, an attribute that Chelsea really, really want. Comes at a premium at the moment, and he's highly rated. I think he will end up at Chelsea, but will he come this summer? There's talk of Chelsea tabling a £70 million bid. Incredible money for this player. If they really want him that much, then maybe it could work. If he does come, where's Frank going to play him? Is he going to stick him in the CDM role over Kante and Jorginho? Are they going to be sold? Is he going to put him at centre-half, which is the rumours, the reports are saying he is designed to make him a centre-half. So what, does he partner him next to Thiago Silva? That sounds pretty good to me. There's a lot of leadership back there in that case, but I still really like the idea of Zouma and Thiago Silva speaking French. I think they'd complement each other very well in terms of their play style. How true these reports are, I'm not so sure. I think West Ham would love to hold on to him for this season coming, and they'd probably think Chelsea don't have the finances to come and prime away. I think they would be tempted by a massive bid because they could do with the money, well, some reports are saying they could really do with the money. But unless it's a massive, massive bid, they wouldn't want to lose him. So I'm not so sure what's going to happen with that. If there's any more movements, I will keep you guys updated here on Football Therapy. It would make, I mean, this window's already insane, but if he comes as well, Jesus, I don't know, I won't have any words left. Finally, of course, the reports are saying Chelsea do still want a goalkeeper. Now, whether they are backing Kepa or not, Petr Cech said some positive words about him. A lot of the Chelsea fan base, certainly across social media, are backing Kepa again, which is interesting. Fresh season, fresh start, new defence in front of him, more continuity, perhaps calming down a little bit. Who knows, he might do better. For me, I still maintain that he would do better to be in a new space to develop his confidence, because he is a good goalkeeper. In my opinion, he's just had a record-breakingly poor season last season, and I don't know if he can just snap out of that for an entire season now and be good again. I'm not so sure. I feel like that might be reaching, but Chelsea of course have been heavily linked with Edouard Mendy, the Ligue 1 goalkeeper, the 28-year-old, and apparently if Chelsea went in for 14 million, 18 million, but he would cost Chelsea reportedly over 30 million pounds. That seems like a little bit too much. If Chelsea are going to spend that amount, maybe they'd get someone a bit more higher profile. But I get with Mendy, he's very, very tall, he's got an incredible reach, and he's dominant in the air. Supposedly, seemingly, that's the attributes, the exact attributes that Frank Lampard is looking in a goalkeeper. So if he fits the jigsaw that much, maybe they do pay the money for him. It's like Ben Chilwell at left back. He fits the exact attributes Frank Lampard wanted in his left back, essentially. So all these people on Twitter that wanted Sergio Reguilon because he's an exciting attacking fullback who's cheaper, he doesn't fit the exact jigsaw piece, I guess. He's not the jigsaw piece to fit the puzzle like Ben Chilwell was Same with Edouard Mendy, but is he going to be first team goalkeeper? Is he going to be going at it with Kepa? I'm not so sure. But anyway, these are the rotating stories at the moment. Keep it locked to Football Therapy, and I will of course keep you guys updated to the stories that are being spoken about around the headlines. So if you are subscribed, if you're not subscribed, subscribe, and if and when you are, make sure you hit the bell notifications icon so you get notified when I upload. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it, boys and girls, that means a lot. And also, if you haven't already done so yet, go subscribe to my other channel, Yan's Yard, because I do daily content over there too. I do a live show called Chatting Balls where I talk to you guys about anything from around world football, but mainly, of course, Chelsea Football Club. And I'm going to be doing I think I'm going to be doing a watch along later for the England game, so do go check that out and subscribe. Other than that, that's pretty much it, so look after yourselves, enjoy the football, and I will see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy talk. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me baby.